We now know the name of a man killed in an officer-involved shooting in Oak Ridge. Police say it started last night when officers spotted a suspect along Cumberland View Drive with outstanding warrants. The suspect then led them on a chase to the Anderson County Clerk's Office parking lot. That's along Emory Valley Road where the shooting happened. The TBI now says that suspect was 36-year-old Isaiah D. Ramirez. He does have a criminal history in Anderson County. Court records show that Ramirez pleaded guilty to aggravated assault against his wife in March of 2016. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison, but served most of that time on probation. Anderson County deputies also arrested Ramirez for domestic assault in January of 2015 after his wife accused him of hitting her. WBIR 10 News reporter Katie Inman explains what the TBI says happened last night in Oak Ridge.
That's right. I'm standing here in the parking lot where it all happened last night. Police say they first spotted the suspect about 7:30 p.m. yesterday, and that's when they started to pursue him. The suspect was driving a truck with a trailer attached to the back of it, and the police tried to make a traffic stop because they knew that he had outstanding warrants. The suspect refused to pull over, and that's when it all ended up right here in the parking lot. The suspect hit one of the officers with his vehicle at some point after that. And after he did that, at least one of the Oak Ridge police officers fired shots, one of those shots hitting the suspect. Leslie Earhart with the TBI says both the suspect and the injured officer were taken to the hospital.
He was transported to a local hospital for treatment where he was pronounced dead. The officer who was struck by the vehicle was also transported for treatment. Currently, agents and forensic scientists are in the process of gathering any relevant interviews and evidence as part of this investigation, and currently it's active and ongoing.
Now, this is still an ongoing TBI investigation, and per their policy, they will not release the name of that officer involved with the shooting. But we'll continue to keep you updated as we get that information on our air and online. But for now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Katie. We'll continue, of course, to follow any of those developments throughout the day and bring you those updates on our website, WBIR.com, and, of course, tonight on 10 News.